All right, everybody, welcome back to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Where we, as always, kind of take some really fascinating topics
Absolutely.
and just dive deep, right?
Dive deep.
And today is no different.
Yeah.
Today's deep dive is going to be about Khaleda Zia,
Okay.
who is just a major figure in Bangladeshi politics.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we're basing this on an article that details her upcoming trip to London
Okay.
for medical treatment.
Gotcha.
But it's more than just a health update, though, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it gives us this window into this really intricate political landscape
Yeah.
of Bangladesh.
Right.
So to give everyone a little bit of context, right?
Yeah.
Bangladesh, it has this long history of political turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
And there are these two main parties that are often at odds.
Right.
The Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or the BNP,
Yeah.
and the Awami League.
Gotcha.
And Khaleda Zia is the chairperson of the BNP, and she's a two-time former prime minister. So she's been a prominent figure for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And so this article kind of catches us up on her current situation, right?
Yeah.
So she's scheduled to leave Dhaka late Tuesday night
Mm-hmm.
on this Qatari air ambulance.
Okay.
And she's going for treatment first at a London clinic and then at Johns Hopkins in the U.S.
Gotcha.
But this isn't just about her health, though, is it?
Well, no, not really. I mean, what's so fascinating about this is the timing of the trip, right?
Wow.
I mean, Bangladesh is in this like transitional political phase right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this, increasing call for democratic reforms, for greater transparency.
Yeah.
And all of that is putting a lot of pressure on the ruling Awami League,
Right.
which is led by Sheikh Hasina, who's been in power for like over a decade.
Wow.
So, I mean, Khaleda Zia's trip is happening at this time, with all this political pressure building up. I mean,
Right.
it's pretty significant.
It feels significant. Yeah, absolutely. Especially considering the challenges that she's faced
Right. Totally.
over the past, decade plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the challenges that, the BNP has faced as well.
Sure.
She's spent periods in prison. She's been under house arrest. She's had, limited access to proper health care.
Yeah.
And all of this, just within the past 15 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, some people even argue that these hardships that she's faced were politically motivated.
Okay.
Just tactics to silence the opposition.
It definitely paints a picture of struggle.
For sure.
And it makes this medical journey that she's about to embark on,
Yeah.
it makes it even more symbolic. It's almost like she's breaking free from these constraints.
Yeah, I see that.
Seeking this care that she's been, arguably denied
Right.
for so long.
Solo.
So there's this.
It's interesting, too, because...
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, it's interesting because the article touches on this really poignant anecdote that kind of speaks to her character.
Yeah.
So apparently, Professor Dr. Asif Nazrul, who is like an advisor to a previous interim government, he once asked her, if she harbored anger towards Sheikh Hasina for, all the stuff she went through, all the hardships and everything.
Yeah.
And her response was just so powerful.
What did she say?
She basically just said, "What good will anger do? I leave it to Allah."
Wow.
I mean, it makes you think, right? I mean, can forgiveness, even when you're facing that kind of adversity, can it be a political tool?
Right.
I mean, does it disarm your opponents?
Right.
Does it inspire followers in a way that, traditional political tactics can't?
Yeah, it adds another dimension to her story.
Totally.
And it just makes you wonder, like, is this a woman simply accepting her fate, or is this some calculated move in this long political game?
Exactly.
It's really interesting.
Fascinating.
This trip wouldn't be happening, though, without some serious, effort, though.
Oh, absolutely not.
This wasn't just a sudden decision.
No, I mean, there were negotiations and appeals and a lot of international pressure that played a crucial role in this.
Yeah.
Human rights organizations and her political allies,
Right.
they've been advocating for her release and access to health care for years.
Yeah.
So, this journey that she's about to take is really a testament to their persistence and to the power of, international advocacy.
So it's not even just her story.
Exactly.
It's the story of all the people who stood by her, pushing for her well-being, even when it seemed like a losing battle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think if we kind of like zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, I mean, Khaleda Zia, she remains this like symbol of hope for a lot of people in Bangladesh who just, yearn for a different political reality, and her resilience in the face of all these challenges. I mean, it fuels these aspirations for a more democratic Bangladesh.
Yeah, it's more than just politics at that point.
It really is.
It's about human resilience and just this yearning for positive change.
Absolutely.
So as we, kind of watch this next chapter unfold for her, I mean, it begs the questions, can this medical journey be a turning point?
Right.
Not just for her own health, but for the future of Bangladesh.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
All right, everybody. Well, we're going to leave you with that.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching this story closely.
Absolutely.
So definitely stay tuned.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.